It is the E3 season and the games have started rolling. We've rounded up all the hottest headlines from the last week, as well as the latest game announcements, both big and small, so you don't have to miss a thing.
We know that plenty of people will want to see everything they missed, so if you really just want that info, this is the timestamp to all of those stories. Aren't we great?
Yes, and we're considerate. Welcome to NecroNews, and remember to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell, and leave a like on the video.
Street Fighter 6 came out recently, and the reviews at first were pretty bad. Though that's mostly because servers were still coming up worldwide, so the stuff like campaign and other things weren't downloaded all the way.
As the game continued to roll out, many people did start praising the game, for more than just the gameplay, however.
Though with the good, does come some bad. 2 days before the game was released, sneaky Capcom decided to update the game with Denuvo, and for some reason that didn't stop me from buying it. Even though I don't even like Street Fighter that much. FOMO is real. Assuming all of you are older than 12, you'll remember Homestar Runner. Maybe.
I sure don't. That said, Telltale Games, the creators of Wolf Among Us and the Walking Dead game, has lost rights to Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people.
According to a community post posted on the 30th. Unfortunately, we can no longer support Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people. We don't have the rights to the IP and we can no longer sell or support the game series, after which the game was delisted and is now a rare collectible.
Hooray! My collection is complete!
The crowdfunding platform Fig has shut down suddenly without giving much of a reason.
Fig was a surprising crowdfunding site that was spearheaded by famous game devs like Tim Schafer and that lovable clown Cliffy B. It allowed users to actively invest in projects to see a return on their investment instead of just getting the game itself or some goodies.
Many successful games such as Kingdoms and Castles, Wasteland 3, and Psychonauts 2 were launched from the service. We've been informed that the Fig website is going to be brought offline on Sunday, May the 28th.
The site then indeed did go down, and any live campaigns were then moved over to the platform of their new owner, Republic.
What do you guys think of this shutdown? Have you guys ever backed a game from Fig? Let us know in the comments. I've only ever used Kickstarter for one game, and that's Puff Pals, which isn't out yet, but I got stickers.
Dragonquest fans, like myself, can rejoice as the highly critically acclaimed MMO Dragonquest X is now playable and mostly translated in the West due to the hard work of the members at Project DQX Clarity.
See what happens when you listen to Wooly and you
shut the fuck up about it!
What truly frustrates me is that it took fans to create something that the Western audience has wanted since its announcement, and what really grinds my gears, what really makes me an angry ghost, is that during the 35th DQ anniversary livestream, Square Enix dispelled any rumors that it would ever come to the West. Because fuck us, I guess.
The game is available on PC and like every Nintendo console since the Wii. So if you like Dragon Quest, we'll link the English site below.
Let's talk about CD Projekt Red. We haven't talked about them in a while.
So, some prominent figures from CD Projekt Red, such as game director Matus Kanik, and game producers Yendeje Marus and Marcin Jeffimo
Sorry.
have banded together to create a new game studio called Blank. Also, about how I pronounce those names. You can make fun of me, it's okay.
The team has stated that they are going to focus on a balance between life and work, fostering individual creativity, and what I can only assume to be a jab at CDPR, delivering polished games on launch.
Do you guys remember how in episode 38 of NecroNews, we talked about Dolphin Emulator being brought to Steam? You remember how everyone was really happy and excited? Yeah, Nintendo hated that.
And by hated, we do mean they hated it. So it goes that Valve's legal team sent a message out to Nintendo's legal team and said, hey, how do you feel about this? And Nintendo said, we think it's bad and violates the DMCA anti-circumvention provisions, but not anything about it actually violating any copyright or doing anything illegal.
Which Valve then took down Dolphin off the Steam store. There wasn't even a DMCA file against the program. There was no real reason for Valve to reach out to Nintendo first, as they wouldn't have been held accountable anyway, so this is all kind of weird.
Unfortunately, this leaves Dolphin from having any way of getting back onto Steam, as it was all Valve's decision with no demand given from Nintendo to do so.
But Nintendo did give a statement regarding the block. I'd like to highlight only this sentence here. Using illegal emulators or illegal copies of games harms development and ultimately stifles innovation. So just remember kids, when you're playing Pokemon Fusion or Kaizo Mario, you're stifling creativity.
So it's the first week on N3, and we've got a lot to go over. So here's the schedule for the upcoming week. We're going to be doing a mixture of streams of the events on here and on Twitch. So keep an eye on our schedule, which you can find in the community tab and on Twitter and in the Discord and literally everywhere.
The first event on the N3 list was Sony's showcase on May 24th.
So here are all the games that we personally found interesting, starting with Ellie.
Rare Games had a pretty interesting trailer. There's no actual gameplay footage though. I'm not sure what kind of game it's going to be in the end, although to me it looked like it might be a multiplayer heist game, but we'll see. Sword of the Sea is literally Journey and Abzu in one game, both of which I loved. I'll probably love this game too.
Talos Principle 2 was a game I kind of want to look forward to. I played Talos Principle 1. I liked God robots in Portal. It was fun. Phantom Blade Zero looks great. I'm down for some Chinese Devil May Cry.
The gameplay looks solid and the aesthetics are really nice. Neva comes from the same people that did Gris, which I've never played, but Neva looks interesting. Although again, there is no actual gameplay footage, I'm not sure how the actual game will play out.
Towers of Akasba looks pretty good. It's like a city builder, and also Shadow of Colossus, and also Monster Hunter. Very interesting.
Alan Wake 2 is finally here.
I mean, it's been here. It was in Control.
But now it's actually here.
Now it's actually here, and Ellie is very excited. Max Payne, though!
I streamed the first Alan Wake about a year ago and really enjoyed it, and this one seems even scarier, so that's gonna be fun. Revenant Hill looked interesting, but that's because of Black Cat. That's kind of it. There is no gameplay, so I don't know.
Dragon's Dogma 2, baby! Absolutely excited for it. Love Dragon's Dogma 1, even though I didn't like the ending, but I'm very excited for Dragon's Dogma 2. Maybe eventually Ellie will play. And then, of course, Spider-Man 2. I never finished Spider-Man 1. I hate the combat. But no, Spider-Man 2 looks fine.
Homestar is basically Splatoon for the PlayStation audience and weebs.
And finally, I don't think anyone was expecting me to do this, but I'm actually going to buy the PlayStation 5 headphones. I'm an audiophile, and Sony makes good headphones. So yeah, I'm going to do that.
And here are the rest of the games from the showcase that didn't necessarily catch our attention, but might catch yours.
Alright, here's the rest described in one sentence each. Let's get started. It's not Starship Troopers, but now in third person. An easy bet for spectacle against substance because I can barely see anything. I predict an increase of bricks being sent by local airmail if there is another column of lasers. Super Mario Odyssey's 3D to 2D gimmick, the game. We're hoping the cash we make from your nostalgia will cancel out the losses we made from betting the farm on Pachinko. Get lethally stuffed into a mascot costume in VR. Again. VR Dead Island in a wasteland apocalypse. VR shooter mix of Call of Duty spectacle and the aesthetics of Rainbow Six before they made Clancy roll in his grave. Insert old newspaper joke here. It's marathon in name but trending in type of game. And generic promises. The blog post.
So that was everything for Sony's showcase, but that wasn't the only thing that happened this week. Games Workshop also had their Skulls presentation, where these fine games were announced. Warhammer Age of Sigmar Realms of Ruin looks like a Dawn of War styled RTS, which Ellie might maybe like, we'll see. And also Speed Freaks, which is just Warhammer 40k and Twisted Metal.
There were also big updates and DLC for Total Warhammer 3, Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, Vermintide 2, Gladius, Blood Bowl 3, Battle Sector, and Darktide. But Darktide still sucks, so.
There was also the dedicated Weeb Fest with Marvelous Games Showcase. Honestly, it was short, only about 30 minutes long, and had one of the most generic JRPGs that I have ever seen in the form of Loop 8.
Some games did stand out to us, like Fashion Dreamer, which is basically style savvy for anyone with a 3DS. Except now you have to seek validation from your peers, just like every other social media outlet out there. There was also another Story of Seasons, and Rune Factory 6 was announced, which actually looks really interesting, and I might actually play this one, but we'll see.
There was also the only thing that actually mattered, Demon X Machina 2, which is great. Demon X Machina was very fun. I enjoyed it. I bought it on both the Switch and the PC because I have no self-control. Anyway, here are the other games that were announced.
All that's left is a fantasy seafaring game, Project Life, and
D-Cups full of justice. Sweet!
Hey, Marvelous, perhaps next time don't use white for your subtitle colors.
And finally, we have the Meta Conference and all the games that were announced for it. I can't actually play VR for very long, so this is all booster stuff.
Okay, we're just gonna slide on into VR. Oh, whoa, look at us, we're in VR, wow, crazy. Anyway, so there's Death Game Hotel, which is like a murder mystery. Power Wash Simulator, because who wants to power wash in real life? Just VR it.
People definitely enjoy power washing IRL, are you kidding me?
I guess that's why there's a power washing VR now, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, fine. Samba de Amigo VR, which, I mean, okay. Silent Slayer Vault of the Vampire looks interesting. I don't know if I'll actually play it. There's the Vampire the Masquerade Justice game, which I'm surprised about. For those who watch us on Twitch, you'll know that we played the 7th guest. Ellie fell asleep almost. But the VR version of the game actually looks interesting. There's also Attack on Titan Unbreakable, which looks like it's going to make me sick. And surprisingly, Bulletstorm VR, which I liked Bulletstorm. Because hearing someone say I'm going to kick you in the dick is hilarious.
With all the new announcements, we didn't forget the upcoming games this week. Diablo 4 is coming out, and you can bet people are going to forget how terrible Blizzard is and buy the game. But no, seriously, watch our Blizzard Iceberg video to see how terrible they are.
Anyway, here's our schedule for the week. There will be N3 streams, and Ellie Skull and myself will be doing a Mystery Science Theater 3000 stream on Twitch, where we will all watch a terrible movie together. You don't want to miss it.
And that wraps it up for this week. Let us know what you guys think about this week's stories and announcements. Which games are you guys most looking forward to?
Let us know in the comments. You guys already know what we're looking forward to. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.
Bye.